Welcome back to the second installment of William and Finn going through Night of the Zealots. This is the second scenario, Midnight Masks. And before we begin, we're just going to talk a bit about the upgrades I did for the decks. In the last scenario, we managed to get a whole 9 experience. And for those 9 experience, William have bought Ancient Covenant, which is a card that allows you to exhaust it. And after you draw a bless token, and then you stop drawing more tokens. So it's going to help with winning tests and stopping us from using too many bless tokens at once. And it's used at an investigator at your location. I also bought Charisma to have an extra ally slot, because we have 2 okay allies. One of them costs 0, so she's good to cycle with William's ability. I also bought the Spirit of Humanity, which is a card that allows you to exhaust it to either take damage and then add damage and horror and then add bless tokens, or to heal and add curse tokens. And this is because we do need that bless generation for William's powers to go on. And I also bought 2 Favor of the Sun, where you can seal 3 bless tokens, so you take it from the back and leave them at the card. And then you can release them from here, ensuring that when we're using the gun, we're always going to be doing the full damage with it. And one of the great parts about this is that everything that's an asset can be played from the discard pile when William defeats an enemy. So we should be able to get a lot of blessed token usage out of this. And these goes to the deck. These are permanent, so they'll stay out. For Finn, we bought a Charisma too, because he has a lot of allies. I bought the level 1 lockpicks, which is the same as the normal lockpick. When you can exhaust it to investigate with your book plus foot. And if you fail, if you don't succeed by 2, you remove a supply for it. And then the level 1, you just discard it, and this has 3 supplies. I also bought Haste, which I just wanted to try it. It says that after you perform the same type of action twice in a row, you can exhaust Haste to take another one of the action of that type. And that can be activate, the little arrow, engage, evade, fight, investigate, move, play, resource, and draw. And if the cards you're doing this from have multiple possibilities, like an activation arrow and investigate, then you can choose which of them to use. So that's hopefully going to be fun to do a lot of stuff. And I bought Lola Santiago, the no-nonsense archaeologist, who gives you +1 book and +1 foot, which is great for Finn. And you can exhaust her to discover a clue at your location, and you just have to pay the shroud value for it. This goes to the deck. Let's draw our hands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we don't. This is just automatically excluded, so we'll draw a new one. I don't think we need Scene of a Crime at the beginning. I think we could use Take Heart. We might also want to use this, and this can find us more weapons. So I think this is good. And let just draw a card more. Resourceful, which will allow us to get this back and stock up on bless tokens. So we have a weapon, which is the most important part to begin with, and something that can generate bless. And for Finn, let's see. Ooh, that's interesting. I think we don't need to smuggle goods. This card is not really great when there isn't that many good illicit cards, and I haven't bought any of those that exist. I think having Lola and track shoes is quite good, and I don't think we need these to begin with. So let's see if we can find something more interesting. So we can start out with both Lola and Milan for resource management. So that seems awesome. Then let's go to the scenario. So the Midnight Masks, it says In the wake of the disaster at your home, Lisa Chandler, the red-haired woman from your parlor, lays out a tale that, even in the light of what you have just witnessed, strains the limits of your belief. The creatures are called ghouls, cruel beings who plague the crypts, caverns, and tunnels beneath the city of Arkham. These creatures feed on the corpses of humans, and they are served by a dark cult within Arkham, whose members have inexplicably come to worship the ancient master of the ghouls. The cult has been killing innocent people and feeding them to the ghouls, satiating a monstrous hunger. A dark balance was maintained until now. Recently, Lita continues, one of their lairs where the corpses were stored was destroyed. Since then, the ghouls have been more active than usual. I have tracked their movement and tried my best to stop them from running amok throughout the city. But I think there is something worse going on. The cult has been planning something darker and more ominous than anything I've yet observed. Indications are that this plan should come to fruition tonight, shortly after midnight. Beyond that, I cannot fathom what you have to expect. What to expect. Many of the cultists, Lita continues, will seem like everyday people despite their foul intentions. Whenever the cult meets, its members don masks shaped like skulls of various animals to protect their identities from one another. These masks are our mark. Symbols of death and decay, we must unmask the cultists to expose and derail their plans. We have but a few hours. The more cultists we find before midnight, the better. So we're going to be hunting down cultists. We have this, the ghoul priest is dead, and we have a cultist deck. And it says that we have to make the encounter deck is here. We have to have the cultist deck with cultists in it. We have to choose one of two locations here. And we have to choose one of two locations here. So let's just get rid of these to the box. Then, if we're 2 players, we have to spawn an acolyte at the south side. So I prepared that, and the acolyte is a monster with a human cultist with 3 fight, 1 health, and 2 foot. And you place a doom on it, so it's going to add to the doom up here. This scenario is going to teach us about enemies who add doom to the doom counter. We're done here. And since we burned our house to the ground in the last episode, our house is going to be gone because we burned it down. And we also have to remember that Yurik has one mental trauma, so he starts with 1 sanity damage. And is there more? Shuffle the remainder. We have to check if the ghoul priest is alive. It's nice we killed it. So that's it. The agenda deck says that Lita seems convinced of a conspiracy within the city of Arkham. She believes that a secret cult serves the ghouls that live in the crypts beneath the city, and that several of the cult's prominent members are scattered throughout Arkham. As you begin searching for them, you can't shake the feeling that you two are being hunted. And we have a resign action on this, so we can always resign if we want to. We're going to try to kill as many cultists as we can. And over here, uncovering the conspiracy, you have 1 night to find the members of this cult and unveil their plan. The more members of the cult you can find and interrogate before midnight, the better. So it costs us 4 clues to draw one of the cultists as an action. I need to find as many as we possibly can. And over here, the skull, we have to be a standard. The skull is minus the amount of cultist enemies in play. The cultist is -2, and you have to place a doom. And this is just no matter what. If you draw the cultist, you place a doom on the cultist if you can. And if you draw a tablet, it's -3, and you have to drop one of your clues if you fail. And we start at the south side because no house. So we just went out here. The banks of the Miskatonic River are lined with docks, warehouse, and small shops in a district aptly named Rivertown. There are 2 clues and a strat of 1. So let's see. Our first turn. I think over here we are going to be playing Milan as the first one, since we use him for resource management. So that's one action. Then we're going to investigate 5 to 1 because you get +1 here. And we do it. We tap Milan for resource, so we have 2 resources. And we get one of the clues. Next turn we can play Santiago without problems. But we might need some more cash for what we're doing, so let's grab our money more. And over here we're going to be playing the Blessed Blade. Then we're going to do an investigate action and adding take heart to it. So it's 2 to 2, and we're hoping to fail this, and we don't, because this is a minus. No, we do, because this is a -1 because of him. So when we fail, we get 2 resources and draw 2 cards. We're not the whole deck. Oh, that's nice. So that was one action to play, one action to fail. And I think when we have Ancient Covenant, we could just add the tokens. So let's add 4 blessed tokens. This also gives us the possibility to get this back if we draw an Elder Sign. So let's add 4 blessed tokens. That's the 4th one. So in the enemy phase, this one just stands there, so that's okay. And we're most likely going to go and hit it with William afterwards. So we get upkeep. Oh, that's nice. We have all the protection and our upkeep. That's less interesting. It's mainly just a wild for us. Then we just ensure that this is shuffled. And Finn is the lead investigator. Oh, William was the lead investigator. So he draws first. So this is only happening if we have clues, but we have no clues, so we gain search. So we get the Crypt Chill, which is annoying because that's going to halt our fighting a bit. But we can always get this back. It's not really that much of a problem. So we have to test 4 brain to 3, which means that our odds are bad, and we're not going to add because we need this. Yeah, let's just test. We don't succeed. We have to discard a card. Most likely, it's not going to be a problem. We are going to go. We can get it back next turn. And for Finn, he draws a Haunting Nightmare, a Haunting Night Gaunt, which is a bit problematic, but let's see where this goes. So, with our turn starting, the first thing we're going to do is that William is going down here to south side. We reveal it. You can spend an action to draw 3 cards, limit once per game. So each character can do that, which could turn out to be quite nice. There's two clues and a sort of 3. Then this will engage us, and we're going to hit this in the head. Right now we have 4 to 3, and we're going to add this one, so we're 6 to 3, and we get -1. So we hit it, deal 1 damage, send it off. We defeat an enemy, so we can play this for 3 resources. And when the test succeeds, we draw a card from our power, and we get Favor of the Sun, which is okay for 2 actions. I think we're just going to use a 3rd action to play the Keepsake, because our sanity is the worst stat we have, and we need to protect that a bit more. And over here, Finn is going to try to evade this Night Gaunt. So it's 4-1. We auto fail. That was his free action, so it doesn't cost anything. Let's try again. +1. This one, if we reveal a negative token, then it's going to be doubled, but it didn't. So this is going to be tapped here. That's one action. Then this for the second action, let's just get the clue. So it's 5 against 2, so we succeed, and we can get a resource from here. We grab the last clue. And then we're going down to visit William. Oh, this was going to be played. So that was all our actions. Forgot to add a doom up there, so let's just do that. In the monster phase, this thing does nothing, but in the upkeep phase, it readies. It's a hunter, so it will follow us. We're going to be taking 1 doom. We'll draw an encounter card. That's wonderful. Just wonderful. I think we're going to ditch the keepsake if we fail. Yeah. Because we need the weapon to get the keepsake back. And over here, we have to test foot. Oh, we're going to be dragged back to this place. Do we have anything to boost it? We're at a 4 against 4. I think we're just going to 6. These both have wild on them. That's a -0, so we do it. And there's no bad things from this. I think we forgot our own upkeep. Yeah, we did. So we draw prepared for the worst. So we have 2 of those to look for weapons if we need it. And an enter report to get some quick clues. We can pay off for clues here. So after that being a bit awkward, I'm probably going to be making mistakes here and there. Oh, we forgot to use the standard. It has to be only 16 tokens. So we probably made it a bit worse for ourselves. Okay. So for our next turn, this thing is going to be haunting us. And I don't think it's going to be that great. We probably might end up over here because I want to do some stuff here first. For the first thing we're going to be doing, I think we're going to be playing... We're going to get a resource here. We're going to play Favorite of the Sun. We're going to take 3 of the blessed tokens from the bag. Oh, that's why it was weird. That is why it was weird. So we just add them back. It's probably going to make a bit of a mess, but we're going to seal them on here. And now we can use them at our own leisure. So when we reveal a cast token, we can choose to reveal this instead. It's the second action. And, can I tank this? I probably could tank this. But we could also just go over here. Look. So St. Mary has 2 clues and Shroud of 2. That's the third action. Over here, I think Finn's going to try to take one of the clues. That's a -3 against... We're going to fail, which means we're going to drop a clue. That's annoying. We're going to be playing Lola. We have charisma, so we can have 2 allies out. And then we're going to be moving over here just to not be attacked by this turn. But maybe not the best choice, but let's see how it goes. This will be hunting. Let's send it over here because we can just walk back here. So it will take the shortest route which and we choose if there are 2 or more. So it just goes over there. We'll do our upkeep. This time we'll remember it. Oh, we draw weakness, which is going to attack us. We have to beat this up. And upkeep over here. A perception, that can always be useful. So let's see, we have to add a doom. The threshold up here is 6. We'll draw a card. And this is, yeah, we have to take 2 damage to spend a clue. We have no clues to spend. And Finn draws an acolyte. And it has to have a doom on it. Yeah, so we probably have to deal with the Night Gaunt now. So I think we're going to be starting with Finn, who's going to do his free evade on this one. It's 5 to 2. And we do it. And we'll drop this one here. Then we're going to... Oh, there's also connection here. So we might as well just take the clues here. So for one action, let's grab a clue. Right now we're at 6 to 2. So actually we're doing it with this. And we're doing it again. It's a -1. So we grab both clues here. I think we just used the last action for playing these track shoes, which should make our evade 6, which should be okay to deal with most things. Over here, Finn doesn't have, William doesn't have much choice. He's going to be beating up at this ghoul. So it's just Hunter, and we can't play cards from a discard pile. We cannot interact with a discard pile while it's out. So we are going to hit it once with a normal test. 5 to 3. That's -1. So we deal the damage. And then we're just going to ensure that this thing dies. And we can kind of use this as we please. Because we can get it back. So we're going to fight again, and we're going to tap this one, which means we can add a bless token. And I think we're going to do it like this, because it is a bit weird with the numbers right now. We add a bless token, and then when we fight, we're going to resolve it from here instead. And we're going to use the Ancient Covenant to stop the test after this. Which means that this is going back to the Chaos Bank. And this is going to take 2 damage, because this deals 2 damage if you draw the Bless token. So this is going to go. It's going to be murdered. And as that happens, we're going to be playing the Keepsake, because now it's out of play. That's 2 actions. And then we were a bit stupid because we actually should have saved the blessed token for the last one, but this is how it goes sometimes. Is this a bad thing right now? No, it's not that bad. So let's just play this as the 4th action. As a 3rd action. I think we're just going to fix this. Right now we're supposed to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's supposed to be 5 blitz tokens. So let's just we're supposed to have 2 here. I'm just going to fix this because I made a mess. Okay. And then there's going to be 5 tokens, and we're going to take 2 of them that remains on this. Just so the counter works, because else it's going to mess it all up. So with this done, I think in the enemy phase this one is going to come down to us, and it doesn't have a prey. So I think it's going for it's going to go down here to Finn, and it will attack us, and we'll just put 1 sanity on Milan and 1 damage on Lola. And this thing is going to, in the upkeep phase, it's going to unexhaust. We're just going to put it on William. And then we do upkeep. What do we get? We get Lita, and we have space for an ally. Is the Nighthound a monster? It is, so she can help us speed it up. And we get a Streetwise. Okay. So we're going to add Doom. We're at 4 plus 1, so we're at 5. So we have to deal with this if we want to turn more before it flips. We're going to draw a card. It doesn't matter because we took all the clues. Obscuring Fog is going to get +2 Shroud, so it's completely irrelevant here, luckily. And over here, Finn has, so he has to test book, and he has to test against book, if his book against 4, and he has 6 books right now, +1/+1. And we get a -1, so we don't have to drop our clues. And then it is us. I think we're just going to play Lita and take 1 damage. And then we're going to beat this up. So it's a 3 to 4 from +1/+1, so that's 6. So that we do it. Doom goes away. He goes to the discard pile. Let's check if there's anything we want to play in here. Search. Nothing we can play. There's no assets. But that's 2 actions. Then we're going to hit the Night Gaunt because we have to deal with it anyway. Let's see how much damage can we deal it. If we just hit it with this and Lita, we're going to deal it 2 damage. I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to be adding a bless token. Add. And then we're going to get +1, so we are 6 against 3. And this is, there's no cultist, so it's, there's no doom. I think it's doom and cultist, right? Yeah, so there's nothing. So we just deal him 2 damage. That's great. I don't think Finn will have a problem with this guy. So let's start up by using a free evade action, which we fail because this is going to be a -6. Could try to hit it. I have 4 fight. It might not be that great. So we probably have to spend an action to evade again. And that's a +1, so that's okay. It's going to be exhausted here. And we need these clues, so let's go over here. And let's do, what is this route? It's 3. Let's do an investigate for the last one. So 6 against 3. -1, we do it. And we're going to tap Lola. No, exhaust her. We don't want Wizard of the Coast after us and pay 3, because we gain a resource from the first one to grab 2 clues. And next turn we're hopefully going to be spawning a cultist. So this thing is going to unexhaust and engage William, because it's the only one there. There's no more enemies, so we'll upkeep. Take card that can be useful for card draw. And upkeep. A deduction, so we can take 2 clues. That's probably going to be good. We'll add a doom. And the cultist is gone, so it's just at 5. We'll draw a bad card. And this one says that we have to place doom on a cultist, and if there are no cultists, we're going to search the encounter deck and discard pile for cultist and draw it. I think we're just going to draw this. And we're not going to be bothering with anything because this is going to flip anyway. And over here, we have to drop a clue. Well, we can do that because we don't want to take the damage. And we can easily grab these again. So let's see. William is basically just fighting today. So let's hit the Night Gaunt with the blade. That's -3 +2, so it's -1, and we have 6, so that's okay. We have to remove the blessed token, sadly. And this is dead. That's one action. And the second action, we're going to activate the Blessed Blade, and we're going to hit this. And we're going to fail. We still get to add the Blessed token for it. Okay. Let's just hit it again. This time it's just 5 to 3 as a 0, so we deal with it. Just because there's no reason to take the damage if you don't have to. Finn is going to get a clue. I think that was a -1, right? -2. But it's still 6 to 3, so we get a clue. Oh, actually, before we do that, before we do the first thing, the first action is going to be spent drawing a cultist. We drew the Wolfman Drew, who spawns at downtown. He's a healy guy, so you have to beat him down quickly because he heals when he attacks. But we can deal with him. And then we spend the 4 clues. Then we'll grab this clue, as we did, and exhaust Milan to get a resource. And we're probably going to grab the last clue too. Yeah. So this is dealt with. So with this done, a turn is finished. And he's not a hunter, so he's just going to stay there. So we'll go do our upkeep. Another Favor of the Sun can be nice. And a Lucky Secret Case, which is a card draw, so that's okay that is coming up now. When we succeed by 2 or more, we can draw it. We can exhaust it to draw a card, which is something we kind of need. We'll add a Doom up here. And we flip it. And it reveals the Masked Hunter. And he spawns engage with prey, and the prey is the one with the most clues, which is Finn. So he spawns here. He has 2 more life per investigator, so he has 8 life. And you cannot discover or spend clues while engaged with him. So we have to deal with him. It should be doable. This resets to 0, and this says that time is passing quickly, your investigation continues. And this is the last card, and and it has a doom threshold of 8. So that ticked. We'll draw a card. It's a Wizard of Order. We're just going to do this now because at the end it will add a doom. And over here, we gain a locked door, which goes to the location with most clues. So let's say we haven't revealed much. So let's just, this place over here is it's just kind of hard to see what's going on. So he's just a cultist, right? Yeah. So let's see how are we going to do this. We might run from him for 1 turn because it would probably be better for Finn. We're not going to fight it. And we can evade it with 6-2. And over here we have to fight this wizard. And then we have to go over and deal with this guy who has 8 damage, and Finn doesn't really have any of his damage things, sadly. So let's use a free action to evade him. A -2, so that's a 4-2, so we succeed by 2, and I didn't play that because we're engaged. So we're going to leave him here. That's a free action, and we're going to be playing this secret case for 1 action. Then we're going up here to the Miskatonic University for 1 action. We can search for a tome or spell. That's not something we have. I think I'm just going to add a deduction in to make an investigation check. At 7 against 4. We succeed, and we draw 2 clues because of deduction. We just want to get some cultist spawning so we can deal with them. And we have to deal with this guy here. And I think we'll just deal with him in the easiest way we possibly can. Which is... How many less tokens do we have in the back? We have enough. Okay. So we're going to attack him. And when this happens, we're going to exhaust this and return one of these. And we're going to exhaust the Covenant, so we don't draw anything more. So we fight with like 8 or something. Yeah, it must be. It's 1, 1, 4. So we fight with 8. And we drew a Bless token, so it deals 2 damage. So this guy is going bye-bye. 8 against 4 and 2 damage. So he's dealt with. So we have this for the next turn too. So he's going to be untapping the next turn. It's going to be untapping, so he's not going to attack. We can go there and attack. We get 3 attacks if we go now. So let's just go now. And in the enemy phase, nothing is going to happen. In the upkeep phase, he will engage here. We will do upkeep. We will do our upkeep. Yeah, that's just for tests, so that's going to be okay. We'll add a Doom. We'll draw a bad card. That's a bit annoying. So Finn might have to come and help with this. And a locked door, and the locked door is going to be here. So it's going to, we need to do a hand test to unlock this door at 4. So Finn could do it himself if he needs to. I think we can deal with this okay. I think this one is the worst. And has 8 lives. But we have soak from this, and we're going to kill something. And this only takes 2 hits. So we might have to kill the Nighthaunt first. So 6-3 with a blessed token. It will deal 3 damage. We have to remove one of the blessed tokens. So it deals 1 from Lita because it's a monster, and 2 from here. And we're going to hit it again at +1, which is also, no, it's not for this, but it's still enough. We don't have anything to grab right now, sadly. And for the 4th action, for the 3rd action, we're going to be attacking again. We're going to use Favor of the Sun. So we're drawing this, and I think we're going to, so this, we're doing attack, and we're going to tap this too to add a blessed token. I think this means that when we're pulling it out at this point, this is going to be discarded because there's nothing sealed on it. I hope it's how it works. We're going to win this test. I didn't remember if I pulled this, so let's just say I don't remember. So we pulled 1 more, so that's a minus 0, so that's okay. Return, and actually we should have removed these tokens. So let's just do that because cheating is fun. So we'll hit it, deal 2 damage. And that's what we can do. Over here, Finn is just going to spend, let's see. We have 4 clues, so let's spend them and use this action to draw a cult. Use this action to draw cultist. Spawn to the north side. We can give her resources to get her. That's one action. Then we're just getting 2 resources for one resource for next turn and 1 card. Because then we can grab these 2 clues without having to deal with the locked door, with the intel report. So that's done. This guy's going to hit us. So Lita is going to take the brunt of this damage, I think, with 2 and 1. I wish I had the gun. It would make this a bit quicker. So this is dealt with. These are just staying. We have to add a doom, so we are 2 out of 8. We have to draw a card, which means we're taking 2 damage, which means we take 1 damage, and this goes to discard pile. 9. We're going to be drawing a bad card here. And that's just going to be obscuring. So these places are really hard to get, but we have a solution for this. Oh, I forgot to do the upkeep, did I? I forgot to do the upkeep because we haven't flipped these. That's going to be okay. Yeah, that seems like something we can deal with. So this is going. I'll show you what we're going to do. So Finn's going to start and spend 1 action, and actually no, because then we can't do all the other shit. So Finn is going to go down to Eric. He's going to grab him for 1 action. That's 2 actions. Then we're going to use a free action to evade this at 6 to 2, which we succeed. This taps. It doesn't tap because it's an illegal word. It exhausts. We'll pay 2 resources for a last action to pay sneak attack, and sneak attack gives 2 damage to an exhausted enemy, so it's at 4. At least that can aid us a bit. Should I have used this? Yeah, I should have used this, but that's a shame. Then we're going to be playing Favor of the Sun. We're going to take 3 of these. I might have miscalculated these, so it might have been a little bit cheaty. Maybe there should be 1 less, but I don't really know. So we're going to hit him at 6 to 4 once. We get an Elder Sign, which is a +2, so we'll hit him, add a damage, and we can return something from us from a graveyard or from a discard pile. I think we're going to get back a Keep Fate. We can get 2 more tokens, or 4 more tokens. We're going to hit it again. -1, that's still enough, so that's 1 more damage. And then for the last thing, we're going to attack it. We're going to spend this to add a Blessed token. We're going to take this and just spend this and stop the check after that, which means that we are hitting him because we got plus a lot, and we're dealing 2 damage with the blade, which gets us to 8, so he's dead, and he goes to the victory display. This should be returned and removed. So that was all 3 actions. So we get a doom, take to 3. We have to do as much as we can before this ends, I think. We get our upkeep. So caught red-handed. Ready each enemy at your location or connecting location. Each enemy at a connection location moves 1 location towards you. Finn is here, and there are no enemies at connected locations. So it just goes back to the deck. Okay. We'll add the Doom. We did add the Doom, because I forgot the upkeep. We'll get a bad card. We have to test. It's going to be the worst thing ever. We have to test foot. And we get a -1, which is a 2, so we fail. We take 1 horror and 1 damage. We have to remove one of the blessed tokens. And we get dragged to here. Basically means nothing at all, besides taking a bit of damage. And we just have 8 cards. And over here, we get an Acolyte. Which does mean something, because we can't really kill it right now. So probably just have to drag it up here, and then William can hit it to get some stuff back. I think that's what we're going to do. Because it doesn't matter how we do this. Finn is going to go up here, spend his free action on invading this. It's 6-2, 3-2, so we deal with this. And we have to remember that this has a Doom on it. And then we're going to be walking over here. And we're going to get a resource. I think we're just going to spend, we're just going to pay for getting her. And over here, William is going to hit this one. He's going to Bless Blade. So we also have to add this. We're going to hit it again. So this succeeds because we're at 5. And this goes to the discard pile. It was a good use of 2 actions. And I think we're going to spend 2 resources. Oh, as we kill it, we can grab back this. And we can pay 2 resources for last action to add 4 blessed tokens. And then we're going to... No monsters that does anything, so we'll upkeep. It's caught red-handed again. Does it make a difference this time? It does. So she read is all enemies. Each hunter enemy. Okay, it's only hunter enemies, so it does nothing. We'll add a Doom. We're at 4, so we have to be a bit quick now. We have to place 2 Dooms on a cultist. I think we're going to place 2 Dooms on a cultist we're going to deal with next turn. Which is her. And she's a cultist, right? Yeah, she's a cultist. It's the nearest. And over here. Oh, this one is going back. We're just going to shuffle. We get a cultist. That is annoying. That is annoying. We're going to have to deal. Yeah, we can deal with the damage. So I think we're going to take a walk up here. No, first we're just going to evade it as a free action. and that we succeed by more than 2, so we can draw a card. Which I forget half the time. So we're going to put this here. That's 0 actions. Going to move up here to north side. And we're going to parley and spend 5 resources to get her to the victory display. At least that's 2. This guy is here. We have 1 action left. I think we can get this victory point easier, so let's just move down. No, we can just we can investigate 6 to 3. We do it. We get a resource and a clue. Just want to get as many experience points as we can. And now I think we have to get up here. So let's move over here for 1 action. Let's fight the cultist and add a blessed token. And we hit it. So it only has 1 life. So it's just going to go to the discard pile. That's 2 actions. And then 3 actions to go up here. And then we can probably take down the Wolfman before we run out of time. It's not the great. This is only 3 of the 6, but it is what it is. And there are no enemies. We'll do upkeep. We have to discard a card here. With the rifle, that's going to be helpful. So we'll discard this one. Actually, let's discard. This can be used for fight. That can be used for fighting too. Let's discard this one. And over here, a gun. So we might actually be able to blast something. So we added Doom. We're at 5. We're running out of time. We have to resign before this runs out. We'll grab a card. It's how. Did we shuffle this in at some point? It might be doing it itself. Haunting. That's annoying. Not that. Let's just shuffle this up a bit. After that. A false lead. 6 to 4. We actually fail, so we have to drop a clue here. Great. I really want to kill the Wolfman. And we're running out of time. I can deal him 3 damage in 1 hit. I think we're going to have to do some risky business, but Finn can deal with it. Finn is going to start, and he's going to engage this one. He's going to use a 3 action to evade it. That's -4. But 6 minus 4, that's still 2, so we succeed. So let's exhaust this enemy here and say we are annoying. Let's then just what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let's just go down here and get a resource and then empty this the next turn with Intel Report. And then we're going to go over here with William. He's going to be engaging. No. He's going to be hit by this once. He can deal with it. Before he walks over, he's going to be spending 4 resources. and playing the gun. It takes up 2 hands, so we have to discard this. That's 1 action. We're going to be moving over here. There's 2 actions. And then we're going to shoot it in the face. I think we are just going to take a normal shot at it. So that's a +2, that's a +1. So that's 7 to 4. -1, so we hit him and deal him 1 damage. And now we basically just need to hit him once next turn. He's going to be... No, he's going to hit us. He's going to attack us. It's actually meaningless. Only makes sense. Yeah, sorry, we're just going to rewind because we can kill him in 1 hit. So what actually happened was that we shot him. We added a vicious blow to the hit. We used a favor of the sun, which means that we're hitting him. We're dealing him +2 damage, +1 from vicious blow. That's 4 damage. So we return this and we remove it. And we have, I think we still have some bugs because I did it wrong. But that's 4 damage for 1 hit. That's what we needed to do. Then we're done. No, nothing in the monster phase, and the upkeep phase is already. Oh, we have to remember he killed something, so we'll have to. I think we're going to be playing this, and then we're going to take 3 alpha tokens, put them on this, which means that in the next we can do 4 sure shots now. Yeah, that's it. And then we can do upkeep. And we're at 7 cards, and we're at 9 cards. Let's discard. We're not going to get to use this. Let's discard this. We'll add a Doom. We're at 6. We'll get a card. We're going to be putting something on a cultist, and we have no cultists. So we have to spawn a cultist. Do we have anything in here? Yeah, we have a cultist here. Get the Doom. I think we'll spawn it. Spawn it here. An empty location. No, actually, let's just spawn it here. And we're going to be testing head. We're going to lose something now. I think we can deal with losing this. We have 1 head. There was never any chance. So this is going to discard pile. And it's our turn. So we'll start out by using Finn and paying 4 resources to play Intel Report. And Intel Report says pay 2 resources for 1 clue, and you can pay 2 more for 2 clues, and you can also pay to find something elsewhere. So we're going to empty this one. That's 1 action. There's some expectory up here, so let's move up here 2 action. This engages us, but let's just do a weight check first, which is a -1. So we'll just exhaust it, and then we'll do research and fail, or investigation and fail. Then William is going over here. Let's just hit it. Oh, this is going to discard pile. Let's just hit it 5 to 3. We fail. Let's do it again. I think that was a -1, -2. So that's still 3 to 3. And we have lead and this is a monster, so it's going to take 2 damage. This is going to ready. Does it? It's just going to jump on him. Because we're going to kill it anyway. We'll upkeep. We'll upkeep. Not really anything useful for what we're doing. We just need the clues. Finn needs to get 2 clues right now. If we want anything. So we added Doom. We're at 7. Which means that we have to resign this turn if we do. So let's see if we can find the last cultist. Bad cards. So if we fail this, which we're probably going to do, then we're going to be resigning. No, we can actually deal with it. We're going to add Beloved to the test. And we're going to use this to draw one of those. Oh, we're going to do it with the other one. So it just goes in the test. And we played Beloved, and with Beloved, if we draw a Blessed token, we can choose to remove this from the game and succeed. And this goes to the discard pile, so we have a nice target for that. This has to return. And we have to remove one. So it's correct now. We did a upkeep. I'm going to draw bad cards. I did draw a bad card. He's also doing it. It's 6 to. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're removing one, and we don't fail. Yeah. Okay. So for my last magic trick, Finn is going to do an investigation. 8 to 4. 8 to 3. Auto fail. He's going to do an investigation. That's 7 to 3. We succeed. We're going to have to do it again. We fail. Oh, sorry, no, we're going to, with that scene, we're not going to do the last action. We're going to resign. Finn is going to resign. And over here, I don't think we got much choice because we can't empty this. We haven't really anything that can help us. Let's draw a card and take one, and then let's just resign. So we're going to resign now. And resign doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity. So we're going to be resigning. Let's check what happens. So if no resolution was reached, investigator resigned was defeated, and you read the resolution 1. You managed to obtain some useful information about the cult and its plans. You can only hope it's enough. So we have to record that we took these 3. We have to check who got away, and then we get experience. We don't get a lot. This is basically, we get 5 experience points. Sad. And that's it. We're done.